feel like sometimes we have enough time in the world to actually get to every subject we want to get to. And I'm like, gosh, dog, I want to talk more about that. I want to talk more about this.
Bro, look, bro, we got a milestone to get to, bro.
Bro,
I believe our first milestone. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, we got to 5 episodes, bro.
Do we have 10? I thought we were gonna go to 10.
We can go to 10.
I feel like we should go to 10 and just
Let's
like go crazy.
10 and then
go crazy
and just go crazy after that.
Yeah,
bro. Cause like, let's let our next milestone be 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's why we got to keep trucking.
Yeah, we gotta keep trucking, man. Every Saturday,
like, bro,
bam. Let's get it.
Let's get it. We can't don't let
no. The
nothing
momentum
get in
gotta
the
keep
way.
going.
Got because today I was like, do I drive up there? It's not you, bro. It's not what we're doing. It's just like,
oh
do
God,
I drive up there today, bro? I could say no. Like, oh. And I'm just like, oh, I can't, no, I gotta, you know what? And something in me was just like, get up and go, because you need the discipline.
Discipline, yeah. You need the discipline to keep going.
You need the discipline.
And this what really helps you in life in every aspect is having discipline. Go ahead. You
the discipline, no. I was just agreeing with
you,
bro.
But you know, you gotta have the discipline. Like you gotta like at a certain level, you gotta start saying, listen, I gotta start, you know, time is against us. Woo! You know what I'm saying? I got to start taking certain things more seriously.
What?
I can't play around. I'm not a child anymore.
No.
Time is really going. Every day I wake up, it's an opportunity. Like I look at even I was listening to some songs before I had to go to rehearsal, and I kind of dusted them a little bit, and the guys who come to rehearsal are usually late all the time. So
right.
I'm on a schedule. I have a certain particular schedule, and I stick to it. I had to come back here and then teach this guy. Then I was gonna go to the dojo after that to go teach. So I'm on my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't come. Okay, I gotta bounce. I'm leaving. They're coming, right? But then I started listening to the music. I was like, dang, you know what? I really need to give this music a lot more attention than I usually give. Because I was like, you know, I could probably play something general to brush over. And I was like, you know what? Why are we doing that? We have to level up our mindset.
Yeah.
Like I've got to no, I'm going to go into the music after we're done. I said, listen, I'm going to go in on that music. Because my mindset has always been like, yo, I got enough for what I need. Yeah, okay, we play it and that's it. We'll enjoy it while we're there, but
there it is.
We're just getting it. We just get, you know, the structure. Like, you know, on the surface. Like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and then anyway, I'm gonna be freaking out about it because it's gonna be enough, right?
Right.
But I'm like,
nobody's life is gonna get saved off this couple of extra strums I might do.
Exactly. These other difficult licks, ain't nobody gonna do it. But guess what? It's my because I was talking to the kid I was teaching, and he was working on technique, right? Now he's probably 20 something, whatever, right? And I was like, he kept on getting frustrated. I said, bro, calm down, relax. This is nothing to do with your technique ability as a musician. You have to start giving yourself time to catch up with what your brain is processing.
Right.
Your hands are moving too fast and your brain can't process. So that's why you're making mistakes. And what you're doing is you're training
yourself to make mistakes.
You're training yourself to make mistakes. So stop doing that. Breathe. Figure out where you're at first. Calm down. Don't start until you feel prepared. Man, he played it perfectly. I was like, whoa, bro, what's the difference? Oh, man, I knew where I was going. Yeah. You know where you're going. See, and this applies to everything. So, I'm in my mindset, you know where you got to know where you're going. And it applies to every aspect of your life because your life only goes up to the level of what you decide for it to go up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
If you start elevating yourself, then things around you start elevating. Because you won't take anything less than elevation.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You can only see what you can see. You can't see beneath you. So when a person is thinking beneath you, you can't see on that level because your mindset and your level of mindset is above that. So you don't even do things that will
do that stuff no more.
Exactly. Will put you in situations like that. Just like when we're talking about the PNB Rock thing. If he had a mindset, I saw a video where he said, I will never ever get robbed. Bro, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of the stuff that happened to this guy is really his own fault. Because he was in a situation where it was a crime, finding out, it wasn't even just it was a crime of opportunity. There was a husband, wife, and her son. They saw him, they're broke, obviously. They see him coming in the S-Class. They decided, he tells his son, hey, you robbed the cat, we're going to get it. We're going to take that money and run. Of course, he shoots the guy, 17-year-old, shoots a 30-year-old, right? He gets caught. The father is on the run. The mother gets caught. He left his child and his wife to get caught, and he's on the run now. Now, you did this for like $100,000 chain. Like, y'all is stupid as heck to me. Y'all is just so stupid. Like, did you tell your son, shoot this man for a stupid chain? And you don't think that y'all was not going to get caught? They got cameras every freaking where. They see you, they see that the mother is getting accessory to murder because she probably went in and they cased the place. Dang. So they're all going down for conspiracy. 4 lives really are all destroyed. His life is gone. The 17-year-old kid, he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
At least 30 years or more of that, who knows? Then the father and the mother, both conspiracy to commit murder and robbery, attempted robbery, or whatever the case may be. You're going to have all them in jail. These families never going to see each other for years upon years because y'all is stupid as hell to go ahead and try to rob this man for some jewelry that you couldn't even probably sell now, and it's pretty much useless because you're on the run for something stupid. Because if it was just an attempted robbery, you just took the chain, it's different. Now you've got murder on your freaking record. And conspiracy to commit murder. You know what I'm saying? All these other charges now that are on top of you that you're not gonna get away from. They got cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They got freaking.
You probably pull that gun out in a public place.
Exactly.
Which is probably another charge.
Exactly. And you're on camera doing this. The 17-year-old, this is your child. He hasn't even turned 18 yet, which means the fact that he's listened to his father go ahead and do some dumb stuff like this. Like, yo, you're throwing away your whole freaking life. Your life is over.
Beautiful.
Your life is over. Like, yo, you couldn't shoot the dude in the foot, in the leg, and be like, yo, give me that chain. Boom, I'm serious about it. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do that. You killed the man. You're 7. See, that's the mentality. Pop Smoke was killed by a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old too.
God.
Another teenager. So what are we teaching our teenagers that they're able to just kill somebody because they're watching Call of Duty? They got somebody got 25 kills. I heard somebody got 35 kills, and that means they're really good. Is that true?
Yeah, most of the time.
So
they're decent.
So I was like, whoa, like if that's the case, maybe like our culture thinks that they can't separate reality from fantasy. Because you think when they shoot a person, they're going to get back up. They're not.
No, bro. That's why the entertainment industry is so big. Because it's entertaining us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you watch something long enough, you got to watch what you tune into. Yeah. I'll tell you, it is a point. I wish I would have said it. I got to save it for next one. Whatever you tune into is what you're turning into.
What?
Okay.
What? I love that.
Whatever you tuning into
is what you're
turning into.
And what turns you on. And also what turns you on. What?
Whatever you turn on. Yes, sir.
Whatever you tune into is what you're turning into. And that's what turns you on.
That's what turns you on.
You need to get from.
So you gotta get away from, man. It's gotta be careful about what you turn on.
Yeah, because
about what you start.
Did you start? Did you see that whole thing on Dahmer? Did you see Dahmer?
No, I didn't see Dahmer.
I didn't want to mess with that.
Talking about. I kind of try not.
I don't want to
really
see that.
Watch what I watch.
Exactly, I'm trying to watch what I watch.
It is very, and it's. I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating.
Really?
Because at one point I was watching what was on.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's almost like people are inviting me to watch the stuff that just I just don't agree
Shock
with it no
value.
more. It's like everything shock value. It's like, man, you didn't watch that shock you? I was like, I don't want to be shocked like that. I ain't never liked all that shock stuff.
No, neither.
Maybe it's a good and a bad thing.
I think it's a good thing.
But like, I wouldn't get on roller coasters.
No,
because I knew.
Yeah.
I was like, the whole point of this thing is to scare you.
Yeah.
And you guys are okay with it?
Exactly. They're like, yeah, it's exciting.
Like it is literally going to raise your level of stress.
Your blood pressure.
It's there to stress you out.
Exactly.
And you not only did you volunteer to do it,
you
paid.
You paid and volunteered.
You paid, volunteered, parked, paid the park, paid to walk into the park, and then you paid somebody to scare you to death.
Bro, I've been on a roller coaster, I think maybe twice in my life. And the second time I was like, I'm never doing this again. Period. I said, I don't see what the value of this is.
I don't see the point in this.
And
I took this.
I took a roller coaster where like it was over water and it was on the side of us. Like it turned us to the side where I could see the water. I could literally just touch the water. And I was like, yo, I'm never doing this again. Ever. This never has to happen. I don't ever need to experience this again for no reason.
Bro.
And nobody ever has been able to convince me that getting on a roller coaster is a measure of sanity in my mind.
There it is.
There's no measure of sanity to doing it because
I'm good.
I don't like to be scared. Number one. I don't like to create fear and stress in my life on purpose.
On purpose. If it's not for us, yeah. Unless it depends on what purpose it's for.
I'll
tell you why that's like that for me.
And I'll tell you, I'm very risk averse, which means I don't like to take risks that I don't need to take. Whereas you're stuck up in a freaking roller coaster. The roller coaster goes upside down. Your freaking thing happens to freaking get loose and you fall out of that bad boy.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Into the ground, you die. You know what I'm saying? Or it can happen while it's freaking making one of these freaking turns. That, you know, yours is loose. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is secure.
Look.
I always think about all the factors that actually can happen. I was like, you know what? You know what? It doesn't make any sense because I'm good. Like because you know what? That will happen to somebody and they'll be like, damn, I should have listened to myself. I should never been here. I should never. And that's the whole thing with PNB Rock. He should have never been there. Period. You should have never been there. Period. Because he's telling people, oh, you know, my brother, somebody tried to rob my brother, and then pow, I got him or whatever. I'm like, yo, you put your subconsciously in his mind, he felt like, you know what? I'm invincible. I can't be robbed.
It's like what I was telling you about was the law that a lot of pilots like to use. Whatever you're looking at, you're going towards it.
You're going towards it.
So don't look at the ground because you're going to hit the ground.
Exactly.
You're trying to avoid the ground.
Yeah.
You're going to hit it.
That's what it was.
So you say, oh, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. You say this out loud. You say this to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're calling it.
You're calling it forth.
Calling it on yourself.
You're calling it forth because
you're manifesting it on your life.
Exactly.
You're not saying it enough for it not to go the other way.
Exactly.
You said it one time like it's never gonna happen, and you called it on yourself.
You called it, and it's subconsciously. I feel like he put himself there to say, like, you know what? No, ain't nobody gonna rob me. I'm who I am.
Ooh.
Ain't nobody's gonna do that. So I could be in this situation, and I'm not gonna get robbed.
And I'm gonna come out of it because nobody will ever try anything. Nobody will be brave enough to do this.
Exactly.
And it brings me back to I was watching an interview with Fat Joe. Mm-hmm. Fat Joe was talking about the guy who shot him. Mm-hmm. He was like, the guy who shot me, he was pussy.
Yeah.
I was picking on him. Yeah. Every day, it was like $5, $5 or $10. I was picking on him.
Yeah,
he was like, man, it was like $5 or $10. I was just playing around, but I was just picking on him. Yeah. I didn't think, man. It's like he comes up to me and shoots me.
Wow.
It's like it's not the baddest guy in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's sometimes the stupidest and most desperate people that will end your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not there's nobody planning on ending your life.
Yeah.
Nobody's planning except there are
Serial killers.
systems that are planning to try and end our lives.
Of course,
there
are
systems in place to try and do that.
Yeah.
But there's no one person walking around town going, unless you mess with them enough.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no one person walking around town saying, I'm going to end your life today.
Exactly.
It's just not.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And
Unless
the
they're
more,
paid.
there you go. Unless they got paid to, and that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Now we got the intent, right? And it's crazy to me how people can walk around and act like they can't be touched.
Yeah.
But that one time you get touched, you'll never forget it.
That's what I'm saying, because this is the thing. Like, I remember telling you this story where this lady, where she was on the edge of on the edge of a bank in Florida, and her friend was with her. This lady was like 59 years old or something like that. There's a crocodile there. Her friend says, "Don't touch the crocodile. It's a crocodile, right? It's a predator, apex predator, mind you." She goes over and touches the crocodile. Her last words were, "I guess I won't do that again."
Wow.
Because the crocodile pulled her into the water and killed her. Her friend told her, "Don't go near the crocodile." They physically, with their eyes, saw the crocodile there. This lady's like, "No, I'm going to go touch it." Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? And this is the thing, even going back to that dude, why would you put yourself in a situation in that area where you know that people get robbed, it's in the ghetto, you wearing all this, it's like putting this, like Size One said, it's like putting a stake around your neck, and lions are around you, and they're hungry. You are tempting people to do this stuff. Like, just don't wear it.
Nah, when you go places like that, you're not planning to make it till tomorrow.
Exactly. You don't care. You're living for
be.
today. You couldn't be.
You couldn't be.
Because you, in your hubris and your arrogance, you think that, you know what? I can't be touched. No anybody going to touch me. I got my gap. Listen, before you even get your gun out, they already had their gun already on you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
There's people, you got to know there's eyes on you.
Exactly. And you got to be, like, he says, "Oh, I'm not stupid." No, you stupid for doing that.
You're stupid for doing
You stupid. Because, and I feel bad calling him stupid, but you are, bro, because you put yourself in position. You put yourself in a position to get robbed because you thought that it would never happen to you.
It would never happen.
And even if people tried you when it did happen before, those were just warnings. And the Bible tells you, like, that God has warning before destruction, right?
Ooh.
So it means he was talking with his relation. He talked to DJ Academics before and said, "Oh, this happened to me a couple of times." So, nigga.
Like, for real.
You know
Nigga.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Ignoring. Ignore it. You don't ignore the warning. The warning was like, "Yo, people are trying you for this jewelry. If they tried you for it, you don't think anybody else gonna try you for it?"
You don't think nobody else gonna try you for it? Bro, talking about who's this guy? He be on Fret and Fish sometimes, but he's from like England. He's mixed or something like that. Real tough sounding guy. I'm trying to remember his name or something like that. And he's talking about how famous he got on the podcast with them. And he's like, "Man, it gets tiring being that famous." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, I'd rather not walk out into a crowd. I say I can't walk into a crowd of 500 people anymore.
Really?
Like I don't want anybody to know who I am at that point.
Wow.
It's like I've been to that point where he's had to hire security.
What?
And he'd rather not do that.
Really?
He was like, I'd rather not put myself in that position.
Yeah.
Like I don't. It's like it's cool. I'm famous and all.
We could wear masks, you know. Like DJ Vlad is, and you know, I thought about that because DJ Vlad is genius because he's not on camera. So he talks off camera. So you don't ever see him. So he continues to be rich. No famous people know him, but people don't. If you see DJ Vlad on the street, you're not gonna know who he is.
Bro, there's a lot of people that just stay out of the spotlight, or they keep their people out of the spotlight. Like, well, this is a multi-dimensional person, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
For me,
that's true.
Why I'm saying it's multi-dimensional is because you didn't know who his daughter was. She wasn't in the media until like she was 15, 16.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had any kids at all.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you know all their kids.
Of course, because they put them out
what
there.
school they're going to, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Him, you didn't know he had a kid till he was 15, 16 years old. Just kept her out of the way.
Yeah.
And then I found out Jamie Foxx isn't his name.
Oh yeah, I been knew that.
Then I was like, huh?
Yeah, I been knew that. Jamie Foxx got that name because it was more effeminate, because women comedians at the time were getting booked more than males. So he wanted like a unisex name, so they would be like, oh, it might be a girl.
It might be a girl, so let me put him up first.
Exactly. So let me put this girl first. So that's why he called himself Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? That's smart, right?
Yeah, very
Good
smart.
stuff.
I was like, oh, this is smart. This is smart. Either that or you came up with a really good story.
Exactly.
These are really good stories. What do you think about these stories that are just popping up all over the place?
Like
everybody has a story now.
Who?
Fat Joe has a million stories to tell.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Jamie Foxx has a million stories to tell on all the podcasts.
Oh, really?
They're like, they got all these, there's people just telling stories now. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's telling almost every story he's got. Of course,
because it makes sense. Because think about it like this. People want to know content behind the scenes of these people. Like, people want to know what happened in Death Row. Like, what's going on with Suge?
Yeah.
What's going on with Tupac and all that stuff that's going on. I'm sure Dre and Snoop and all, they got tons of stories they could tell.
Yeah.
Tell you all. I mean, they're in the gangster life and dealing with gangsters in between. Because, like, people don't recognize that Suge was like a blood, but then certain people like Snoop was like Crip. Mm-hmm. So you had like two different freaking gang members in the same record label. So it became like, that could become a big time problem.
Yes, sir.
You know?
It was a planned problem.
You know what I'm saying? But this guy Charleston White was saying something that I never even knew about. He was saying that a lot of these artists are extorted by some of these gangs. Like he was saying, like Nipsey Hussle, like Kendrick Lamar, a couple other artists said those gangs that are affiliated with them, like even Treyway with 6ix9ine, they got to pay these gangs. They got to pay them some money for protection. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't come around saying you Crip and all this stuff like that, and you're not giving the gang, the program, any money. He was saying Big U had Nipsey Hussle killed.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Because the extortion money, he said, I ain't paying that. So Eric Holder was supposedly hired to kill him because, and Charleston White, this is coming from Charleston White.
Yeah, Charleston White can be.
Exactly. So I don't know if this is true or not, but he was like saying that basically that he was hanging out with the Crips and all this stuff, and they were telling him that Nipsey Hussle ain't bigger than the program.
Ooh.
So it does. I mean, there's a lot of jealousy in a lot of things, and to be honest, it almost sounds correct because, like, they're like, you can't be bigger than the gang.
No.
If you ain't gonna give the money for the gang, hey, we just cancel your ticket.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? And it is possible, because if you start looking at Nipsey Hussle, he started working with tech companies. He was doing some serious stuff. But see, the problem with him and a lot of these other rap artists is they keep on going back to the community. To those impoverished communities, ghettos and stuff, and sticking their businesses in there and trying to help. And that is great. I think it's awesome what he's trying, but it doesn't seem like any artist is able to go and do that successfully and come out, or at least rap artists are able to go and do that successfully and come out unscathed.
Nope.
It seems like the only ones who really survive were like the Dr. Dre's, who get the hell out of town, start partnering up with freaking, big time executives and creating Beats by Dre and making $1 billion. And don't ever see those individuals ever again because they're hanging out with different types of level people.
Right.
Yeah,
it's because the whole Charleston White thing, man.
Oh,
He's
Charleston
something
White.
else, bro.
Charleston White. I like
he got a lot of truth to him, though.
I do. I like Charleston White. He doesn't like rappers at all.
I was like, man, I don't like no. Like, man, what
You
I
don't
feel
like-
sorry about for a killer?
Exactly.
A killer down. Like, what? There's one guy one of the guys, I think he's from like the Fresh and Fit podcast, or he's like a really frequent guest. He was talking to Charleston. He's like, why don't you feel bad for? Then he said there's a lot of people that don't like that you don't feel that you can still keep talking about a man that has died.
Yeah.
He was like, but when this guy is a known, Charleston was like, when this guy is a known killer.
Yeah.
He kills black folks.
Yeah.
He is there are people missing that he named in his songs
King Von.
that are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King Von.
Yeah. He was like, there are people missing.
King Von.
There are people missing
King Von.
in his songs.
Sorry.
And the police know
King
there's
Von.
people are missing, and he says he killed them. And you guys are like, oh, we should be able to stop talking. You should be able to stop talking negatively about him
This
because
nigga
he's
killer.
dead.
Nah, nigga, bro, you a
I
killer.
was like, he's a killer.
He's a killer.
He say, man,
This nigga, it don't make no difference. He's a rapper. He's a killer.
he was like, man, what are y'all doing? Y'all telling me y'all feel bad for somebody that will kill you?
Exactly.
That's basically what he was saying.
Exactly.
Somebody that'll kill you.
Exactly.
You feel bad. You want me to stop talking about it? He said, what about them families, man? What about the families of those 5 people that he may have killed?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Do they supposed to just stop?
Exactly.
They supposed to just stop feeling how they feeling because the killer dead now?
Exactly. And because he's on, and then and worst part about it, this man is spitting in your face, in the family's face.
Period.
Bragging about it.
Bragging about it, making money off of it.
Making money off of it.
Supporting his family off your family being dead. You want me to stop talking about him like how I'm talking about him?
Exactly.
Nah. That's not how that works.
No, and it makes sense because, you know, that's one thing I do like about Charleston White. He brings a different perspective on things that people wouldn't even really think about. Because he's like, you know, I'm trying to level up black people. If there's black people who are trying to create confusion or try to kill other black people, I'm not down for that. And so I'm not down for any black person who is trying to hurt other black people. Period.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And it makes a lot of sense. He said any one of these rappers try to come at me or I have them arrested. I got relationships with police officers, with attorneys and judges, and because people don't know Charleston White's background. He's a community activist.
Yeah.
So he talks to he's gone to, I forgot what I don't know if he went to Harvard or one of these universities, and he's spoken in many different places. This guy is not. He told me that. He didn't told me. Sorry. he was saying that when he was dressing up and getting suits on and going to the Supreme Court and rallying, ain't nobody was to listen to him. When he start cussing and acting like a real nigga, then everybody want to hear what he has to say.
There it is. That's like Kevin Samuels.
Exactly.
When he was just telling us how to get dressed.
You ever see how he was when he first started? That dude was so happy.
Y'all understand? Kevin Samuels was basically, if you watch the early stuff, he was just telling people what colognes to pick.
Exactly.
What attitude to kind of have when you go on a date. Now, when he was
nice,
baby-faced.
Yeah, he was nice looking.
And nice. And nobody watched.
No.
As soon as he had an objective opinion and wouldn't let you talk any type of way to him, oh my God, he's a hater. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that.
I'm glad he's dead.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like the man. First of all, not a killer.
Yeah, exactly. Not a killer.
Not a killer. Number one. Let's just start right there.
Yeah.
He's not a killer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there are people making millions of dollars off saying they killed some people.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah.
Supporting $1 billion company.
Yeah.
And we choose to be upset with the guy who's telling you guys shouldn't accept just anything.
Exactly.
And I think that's we missed a little bit of the message. It's a little. It can be harsh.
Yeah.
I've seen. I was like, this is heavy.
Ooh, yeah.
I was like, oh, you may have gone a little too far that time.
Exactly. I was like, yo, bro.
But like, bro, like you might have went too far that time. But it's like, it's like throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah.
You can't deny what
The truth
actually
is
is done and what it actually the truth is.
Yeah.
And when you want to deny the truth, you gotta shut it. You gotta try and shut it down.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is. It's like I feel like some women watch the shock stuff because that's the only thing they're gonna watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not gonna watch the level that stuff up.
Yeah, they're not because. And the funny thing is, like when I look at Kevin Samuels, like you said before, right? I remember Kevin Samuels said this one time. Said, "Listen, take away my tone, take away how you think I think about people and my perception, and look at the content and look at what I'm saying and look at the results. Like I've helped people in their marriages, their relationships." And my intent is to help. It's really not people. At first when I started looking at his content, I was like, "Damn, this dude is rough. He rough around these edges now." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Damn, bro, you could have toned that down a little bit."
Old school right here.
It's old school. Chop your head off.
Like, bitch, sit down.
Exactly. F your happiness.
Forget your happiness. I'm not here for that happiness.
Man, that girl was
it started to sound like that though.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm listening to the right person, but like the truth.
Yeah. The truths were undeniable because I started to say, okay, listen, let me take it. You can't really see, this is the problem with people. You really can't take an objective viewpoint or perspective on an individual unless you holistically see every aspect of that individual's content. Everything. Don't just be like, okay, I watched 10 episodes or I watched 3 episodes or I watched 1 and I made up my mind that this person is this.
I watched 10 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
This person is this.
Exactly.
That's who they are.
That's who they are.
I think that's what we messing with dating too.
Yeah, exactly.
You think you watch this person for 10 minutes and you think you know everything about them.
You don't know nothing.
And you can tell what they are and now you can deal with it. No, you don't know the hills and the valleys of this person.
Exactly.
And you don't know the terrain that you're walking. So when you lock in and say that everything's here, you say everything's at sea level. No, when you start talking to them and that water starts rising on you, and you're like, what happened?
Exactly.
I knew they were here. Like, no, you don't know them.
Yeah.
Stop saying you know somebody from a couple of times meeting them. You don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, give you an example. I talked to this girl that I perceived she was this, and she was so beautiful. And I'm like, when I got to know her, I'm like, oh, this is not the person who I thought this person was in my brain. This person is not this person. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with. And it's not one of my exes, so I don't even think it's one of my exes.
Okay.
One of my exes might be listening and be like, oh, it's me. No, it's not you. It's not about you all the time, okay?
Okay.
Everybody always thinks it's about them. When you're talking about one person, they think, oh, it's me that he's talking about. No, it's not you.
None of you.
It's none of you, okay? So it's not you. So get that out of your brain. Anyways, I was like surprised because I was like, whoa. I didn't even get with this person. I was just recognizing to observe the person before I was getting ready to get in. If I was thinking about getting involved with that person, I was just kind of analyzing first. And then after I analyzed everything about what they expected from me and what I expected from them and what I saw in them that I knew that we would not be able to work, I was like, wow, I just looked at this person based on their looks. I just saw this woman based on her looks and I perceived that she would be great. But guess what? I did my own projections like she was a business. And she's a bad investment.
Bad investment.
Bad investment. And see, that's what people don't do. They don't do projections on people based on their results.
No expectations.
You know what I'm saying? They don't look. I looked at her like, oh, this person wants this, this, and this. And what is it going to take for me to give this person this, this, and this? But what am I getting out? They're going to take this and this from me. And I'm not going to get what I think I want, which is this, this, and that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, the math does not work out.
Math ain't mathing.
Yeah, math ain't mathing. So if it ain't mathing, I'm not in it. I'm
not
out
in
the
it.
equation.
I'm out the equation, period.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it ain't going to make no dollars.
Exactly. It don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense, ain't going to make no dollars.
So it ain't no dollars.
Stop trying to make these grand investments and thinking, oh, let me invest in this startup company that I like so much. Got no history on it, got no nothing on it, but you done made the investment in it now. Now you kind of stuck to it because you made an investment into it. You can't You can't do that to yourself. You got to know what's going on.
D&D's leveling up, bro.
D&D leveling up. Side conversations.
Side conversation, man. Real talk. Peace out.
Real talk, yeah.